What's up, guys? My name is Road Hazard, and today I'm going to talk about one of the greatest racing games that ever came out. Burnout Paradise was a game changer, and today we're going to talk about why that is. So, we're going to focus on three categories: car worship, customization, and multiplayer. Car worship. The thing that every racing game in the current generation glorifies. And while there's nothing wrong with loving a car for its beauty, its performance, or even for its history, today's racers have taken this to the extreme. They are obsessed with treating the car as a work of art that belongs in a museum with the perfect lighting to showcase all the intimate details in the bodywork. They will then have a camera that shoots close-ups and swooping angles showcasing the flowing lines and artistic symmetry. Forza takes it a step further with a narrator that will lecture you about the car's history and performance. It also allows you to explore the car and experience the wonders of opening the doors, looking into the trunks, rolling down the windows, and even turning the key. This obsession goes even further than that, because not only are these cars a work of art, but they must be driven with perfection in mind. Hitting the apex, getting the perfect gear shift, maintaining the perfect racing line are just a few things to keep in mind when playing these games. This obsession with perfection has made gaming in the racing genre stressful. Every race must be completed with perfection in mind. Mistakes are unacceptable, and taking damage is considered sacrilegious. The crew has cars that will heal themselves after being damaged. Most games have the option to turn off damage, so that no matter what you hit at any speed, your car, your artwork shall remain unharmed. Burnout Paradise has a rather different view on cars and what they represent. Because in order to get a car in Paradise, you don't buy it from an auto show. You don't even go to a shady dealer in a parking garage to buy it. No, to get a car in Paradise, you wreck it off the road. And to pick up said car that has been wrecked, you go not to a garage, but a junkyard. And even after you pick it up, it's not in pristine condition. It's a heap of scrap that needs to be fixed up, which is relatively easy to do. But it's not going to stay in mint condition, because in Paradise you are in an urban environment, which means you're going to scratch the paint, you're going to dent the body panels, and sooner rather than later you are going to crash into something, which could potentially end up wrecking your car. But don't worry, because with burnout insurance, it doesn't matter how you wreck it. We will give you a brand new car at no cost to you, no questions asked, and you can wreck it 5 seconds later and we'll still give you another car. I honestly don't know how burnout insurance makes any money, because the premiums must be insane. But anyway, yeah, Paradise doesn't worship the car. It worships the car carnage, which is why there's no people in the cars. Because if there were, this whole game would be a horrific simulation of traffic accidents, and who wants to play that? So, with this notion that crashing is okay, crashing is cool, it's somewhat hilarious, the player has a more relaxed state of mind when playing this game. There's no need to focus on the apexes and gear ratios and making the perfect racing line. There's no need to focus on that. Instead, just enjoy the drive, and if you crash, laugh about it. Honestly, laugh about it, because it is hilarious to watch. It is very cool to watch these finely tuned rides get turned into mangled scrap. I know people freak out about it, but not me. I love watching this. It is beautiful. Even more beautiful than watching a car get to its top speed.
Customization, the cornerstone of any racing game, and the one phrase that has dominated the genre since the new generation has come out. Everyone wants to customize their cars to truly make it their own, from simple Libby art designs to fully customized parts, ratios, outputs, etc. Mario Kart now has customization. Rocket League is selling customization to its players. Even third-party karting games like Joyride and Mod Nation featured this endless list of customizable parts. I myself love customizing my ride. However, when a developer spends more time talking about the 15 different bumpers I can put on the car over what all I can do in the game after customizing it, there's a problem. Burnout lets you change the paint and that's it. But if you beat the quote stock car time trials, you are rewarded with a tuned up version of that very same car. It also features community paint jobs for certain cars, and all the cars in general have a very unique and interesting paint scheme that can change depending on what colors you use. Engines can't be upgraded, but all of them make a good noise and they'll get you to where you need to go. Some, however, will argue that this lack of true customization was a critical flaw, but I actually think it was a blessing. Not having to worry about engine outputs or performance indexes was refreshing in a genre that was saturated with it. There isn't even a speedometer at the bottom right corner of the screen telling you how fast you're going, which in theory means that you can go as fast as you believe yourself to be going. Not having the ability to upgrade means that you must learn the car's unique handling characteristics. You must learn how to weave through traffic without crashing. You must learn how to battle through road rage events and maintain your boost at high speed in oncoming traffic. Thus, not having the ability to get an upgrade makes you a better driver. There was a time trial in Midnight Club, LA, where everyone in the city was given the same low-level car with the same time to beat. You couldn't upgrade it, but the traffic was still random and unpredictable. So how did you go faster? You learn the course, you learn how the car handles, and you master the art of driving fast in an urban environment. Multiplayer. Lastly, we have Paradise's ultimate claim to fame, its multiplayer, where it famously forces 8 players to work together in cooperative events. To this day, this radical concept has not really been capitalized on, with the exception of Rocket League and Mario Kart in the racing genre. Forza can argue that they have their racing clubs as cooperative multiplayer with designated club cars and living designs, but I'm going to argue that these clubs don't really bring strangers together, but rather like-minded individuals who will still operate as individuals. Burnout's multiplayer forces total strangers, regardless of their relationship to cars, to take part in events. You can't hide in a garage for 30 minutes and tune like you can in Need for Speed. Certain challenges require the entire room to participate, or the challenge doesn't get completed. There are even events where players are required to seek out other players on the map. There's also events where the challenge is timed, requiring all players to take part within a certain time limit or the challenge is not complete. Best of all, if there are players who don't want to participate or are causing problems with other players, the hosts can kick them from the room. This single option is what really separates the multiplayer from the rest of the crowd. Online gaming these days sucks. A majority of the players who play online are assholes who only love nothing more than to ruin a match for everyone. The kick option gives those who actually want to play online with other players the ability to control their rooms and maintain a friendly environment. Hosts can also select challenges, events, they can even decide what cars everyone else will be driving in their race, and even what path they will take. As a result, multiplayer in Paradise is more engaging, more rewarding, and can allow friendships to form. You don't always have to do challenges or events when playing online. You can just as easily free roam for hours and have takedown battles. The game will keep track of your takedown scores and inform you who is leading, even if you don't see them for another 2 months, or 3 months, 4 months, a year. It keeps track of that. There is no unbeatable car, as every car can be taken down. There's not even a small group of cars like in most racing games that is better suited for online events, as each car has an advantage over the other, and ultimately it just comes down to the driver, the player. Burnout Paradise's multiplayer was never about the stats or creating the perfect customized ride. It's always been about having fun on the road and having fun with friends and total strangers alike. In conclusion, Burnout Paradise was a game changer. It broke the norms of the racing genre, and as a result, racing was more fun, more addicting, and allowed total strangers to play together. It may not have the ultra-realistic graphics or the hundreds of customizable parts of today's racers, but what it had and what it still carries on today is a willingness to be different, because different is better.